They're not showing the people over there with flies on them and their stomach sticking out, but they show our underbelly. It's them tethers. When they see a white boy, that's like Jesus has arrived. And speaking of that, did y'all see the thing with Ralph Yarl, the young boy who got shot? But boy, he did an interview and they had him recently the other day. He was like, well, I don't have any hatred for the man who shot me. And family, that's why I said I wasn't going to put the cape on that case. But boy, when I saw that nigga's relative, especially his aunt has a white zaddy and she has a bunch of videos just worshiping her damn white zaddy. I said, oh Lord. And just the fact that the boy got shot the way he did by wandering off in the neighborhood, knocking on people's doors, that's some non-FBA shit right there because we know better.
GATV was good. It's your boy gravitating away. Now, several months ago, there was a young man, Ralph Yarl, who was shot, mistakenly knocking on the wrong door. And, this was an interesting situation because most people understood what happened, but not FBA and Tariq Nasheed. They had to make gimmicks out of this. They looked down on the boy, all because of who his aunt was dating. I don't know what, who his aunt was dating had to do with him getting shot. But, I mean, the Tariq Nasheeds of the world and FBA, they talked down on this brother. They called him, in love with the white man. All this typical, radical talking points, right? From black people who aren't going to do anything for their community but complain and try to pit us against one another using the race card. But in this particular instance, the young man was shot and you literally had Tariq Nasheed and his FBA counterparts rooting for the young man's death. Y'all can, argue against that all you want, but I saw what I saw. It was really embarrassing and disgusting, honestly. They were rooting for the young man's death. So this is him now speaking out. God is so good. He seems like he's recovering, but let's hear the young man give us his take on all of this.
Well, I go into the driveway, I walk up the steps, I ring the doorbell. I see 3 different cameras, like one looking at the driveway, one on the porch. As far as I know, I didn't know their family at all. Like I had never even seen their friends or their parents before, so maybe this is their house.
Ralph mistakenly going to Northeast 115th Street instead of getting his siblings from Northeast 115th Terrace, 1 block away.
Simple mistake.
Wait a long time. I'm just on the porch. So then I hear the door open. I see this old man and I'm saying, oh, this must be like their grandpa. And then he pulls out his gun and I'm like, whoa. So I back up. He points it at me. So I kind of brace and I turn my head. For that, I'm thinking, there's no way he's actually gonna shoot, right? The door is even open. He's gonna shoot through his glass door. The glass is gonna get everywhere. Then it happened. And then I'm on the ground.
I noticed this young man is very well spoken. And a lot of you FBA Tariq Nasheed followers, this is a repellent towards you of understanding. Being black doesn't mean you have to sound like, I guess, ghetto, hood. You gotta sound like you don't know how to articulate your vowels or whatever. It was really disgusting that they talked down on this young man. He seems to be a musician, taken by him holding the cello, or I don't know if it was the violin. I mean, it's almost like he's not down enough because there he wants to live in a nice neighborhood with his aunt. He wasn't living with his parents. He's living here under the guardianship of his aunt. And because who his aunt chooses to date, they threw that on the young man. Us not wanting to support him. Us not wishing him his well-being. I think, you guys who follow the Tariq Nasheeds of the world are the most disgusting human beings on the planet. Because you think that you're helping race relations by following a man who's scamming you, who's grifting from one hustle after the next. And I'm telling you this, I'm willing to bet his followers are some of the most uneducated people, probably barely got out of high school. They're bitter about their lives. They have no accountabilities about their own failures, so they got to throw it on someone. So when this young man's report came out about him being shot, it was disturbing to see the amount of people that were talking down. Matter of fact, we'll just say this. The amount of people from the FBA world and Tariq Nasheed world who, instead of just, give your thoughts about wishing the man a full recovery, hoping he receives justice. Instead, it was about who his aunt was dating, her being African black and dating a white man. They were like basically saying, well, now you know, now you got your nigga wake up call. All sorts of things that will make you look at them beneath of being of that of a human being. I mean, they were calling him tether, go back to your own country. Oh, them Africans love white man. Now you get to hear this young man explain what happened that could have happened to any of yours. But you let the Tariq Nasheeds of the world dictate your agenda and thoughts.
I fall on the glass, the shattered glass, and then before I know it, I'm running away, shouting, help me, help me.
Ralph says he ran to multiple homes until someone answered his plea for help.
I was bleeding from my head. I was like, how is this possible? Like, I've been shot in the head.
Had you ever seen that man before?
Never.
Wow.
Were there any words that were exchanged before he shot you?
He only said 5 words. Don't come here ever again.
His mom, Cleo, concerned when her son never returned back home.
I was worried already that maybe he had gotten a flat tire or something, and then we got a call from a
Interesting, because he was staying with his aunt, and now I'm seeing this woman over here is represented as his mother. Before, they didn't speak about his parents, only that they weren't in the country. So I don't know the dynamics of that, but once again, it doesn't take away that a young black man who simply went to go pick up his younger twin siblings was shot. And there's no guessing of why he was shot. I don't care what you say, man. He was shot because he's a young black man. Now, I'm not a race pusher. I really put this video out for those of you who claim to be from that cult group, FBA, Foundational Black Americans, and your leader, Tariq Nasheed. You guys are an embarrassment to our community. You guys are an embarrassment. I will never forget that. That was the push I needed to know to fight harder against that group. There's a hate group in this United States of America called FBA, Foundational Black Americans, and their leader, white supremacist Tariq Nasheed. They claim to fight against white supremacy, but they push the narratives of all the hate groups you could think of, from KKK to the skinheads. I mean, there's no better group to talk down on black people than the FBA. Let you be from another nation, that of either in Africa or from the Caribbeans, and you're black, they will talk. Matter of fact, of all the different races of immigrants that are in this United States, they put more attention and time towards black immigrants. And I thought it was disgusting. Had this young man's name had been, I don't know, Travis Green or something like that, Devontae Spencer, whatever, they would have supported him. It's as if to say, you're black, but you're not black like us. I mean, it's disgusting. I don't really plan on playing more of this. The link is on the bottom so you can check it out. This was so I could show you, the young man speaking for himself. He's not a thug. He didn't go to break into anyone's home. And you would think that, other black folks would show support and care, but it was older men and women, because the demographics in terms of age in the FBA, guys, if you don't know, are people in their 40s, late 30s maybe, and 50s who failed in life, who always wanted to be the next Martin Luther King, the next Malcolm X, but they couldn't construct anything together. So now they see their leader, the OG grifter, Tariq Nasheed, and they needed something or someone to help them spew their bitterness. And who better than to spew your bitterness against than another black man, because it's the easier target. So yeah, man, that's all I had to say. I'm not gonna hold y'all. This was Gravitating the Way. Like, share, comment, subscribe. But if you see this cult group, FBA, and their leader Tariq Nasheed, turn around the other way. That group will not help you in life. You will be subscribing to a hate group, and I really pray and hope this group really gets considered to be that of. They are a hate group, and their leader, moist homeboy himself, Tariq Nasheed, who has clear identity issues with his sexuality and his grifting, he should be the face of hate along with his cult group, man. Again, Gravitating the Way. Like, share, comment, subscribe, y'all. But keep coming